Okay, not to mention this subtle little stop right here. I actually like that. I'm a fan of this right here. So nice expansion there off of this optimal train entry. Okay, I told you guys I wasn't interested in pressing the sell button, so obviously I like this expansion here. So this scenario would look something like this. So we'd be aiming for midpoint right here. So I'm a fan of this more than anything else this morning. I'd like to see this be kind of a buy model to then take us up into short-term buy stops here and then 50% of the actual liquidity void. So if it offers me the entry down here, I'm going to long this, okay? But, you know, if it pumps up here, I'm not going to chase it. So like it just did right now, I'm not going to chase it, but I would just simply look for a potential 5-minute entry. Honestly, surprised it didn't fill me there. I thought it was, but it just leaves it open instead. So this right here was definitely the cleanest opportunity in the marketplace here today. Like I said, I'm not going to chase it at this point. If it ramps up, it is what it is. I just missed the entry, okay? But I would look for a potential second opportunity inside of here. So my next potential opportunity, assuming that it doesn't just spike straight up there, I would look for something like this. So we'll see what it gives it. We'll see if it leaves it open for a second time in a row, but I'm not going to buy it as it's rising up, especially when it's already been this aggressive. So I'll just wait for a reasonable retracement here and then go from there. So once again, logic coming up off of this. Okay, we created the optimal trend entry, reasonable retracement back in the range. We had that equilibrium stop rate. We have the rest of this liquidity void unfulfilled, and then we have the upper end of this regular trading R gap. So many draws that are very strong to the upside. So once again, I'm pretty surprised by that. I gotta say, even though it's aggressive, second time in a row it wouldn't fill me. So wow, beautiful long opportunity for me here, but twice in a row just isn't giving into that. Can't get mad at it though, because it's happened before. It'll happen again, and here it is right now. So now the key here is, how do I conduct myself psychologically after something like this happens, right? Do I just like, oh man, fuck this marketplace, like, come on now, like I should have got that, and let me just get back in right here because I know I'm right about higher prices. There you go. Congratulations, sir. You just entered the loser cycle for no reason at all, because there's going to be another opportunity inside the marketplace just around the corner, but you just got to wait for it. But if you try to push something based on emotion, right, because of something like this, then you're just not going to be happy. So anyway, I was telling you guys there's two separate opportunities here. So I was looking for it to institutional order flow this gap here. Just simply leaves that open, expands to the upside. It's like, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to chase that. See if it gives me a retracement here. And this will be my long opportunity at 25% of the liquidity void and this Ferret gap. So that to me was my second opportunity. This candle hesitates here and then just smacks to the upside. So I'll wait a little bit longer here. I mean, it's only 10:24 a.m., but I'm kind of leaning towards just accepting it for what it is and kind of closing the session, because whenever something like this happens and it gets really aggressive and just doesn't give you the entry that you want, like I wanted down here when I pulled out the RR tool, it's like literally showing you guys my entry before it happened. It just didn't wick down there, right? Whenever that type of stuff happens, it really does open the door to, like, no matter who you are, it opens the door to psychological pitfalls and you doing something that you wouldn't normally do. It's just human nature. Like, whenever you miss a move like that, it's frustrating, and it just kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. Just like kind of flicks something in your brain, like, damn it, I was right, but I didn't make money with me being right, right? And it makes you want to do these things, like just hop in, be like, oh fuck it at this point, right? You can't do that type of stuff. You can't give into that little ick. You have to accept it for what it is and move on to the next day. Okay. So at this point, I mean, right there on par with yesterday's long. This here was the best setup of the week in terms of a continuation long setup. We created that change of state delivery here up off of the optimal trade entry. We closed. This will be like this will be the classic moment where the trader gets in here and does the real damage, because they missed their original move and they want to be a part of it so bad. And now they just jump in after initial targets are met, and a lot of times it'll snap against you. And that, what I just explained there, coupled with how high the volatility index is. So once again, when I showed you the RR tool, you saw how much handles you would have to risk. Those two factors together, the psychological factors of price action and that volatility index, is a perfect recipe for someone to blow their account. And I'm doing my best here to make sure every single one of you that are watching me do not do that. Okay, so this right here was the play of the day. Okay, undeniable. Like, come on now, this was textbook. Like, it was all there, and once again, it delivers about a little bit over 100 points. Play of the day right here, A plus 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 plus. Didn't give the fairest entry in the world, but we move on and appreciate price action for what it is. Okay. Read the markets like a book here today. Put a thumbs up if you can attest to that. But aside from that, I'm going to close up here, accept it for what it is. Not going to try and chase it. I'm not going to do anything to, fluff myself up or satisfy the ego. I don't care about any of that stuff. I'm past that. But aside from that, congratulations to you guys that made money on this. Okay. Always a pleasure working with you guys. And stay safe out there. Don't try to push any buttons now that I close the stream. At least until the next kill zone. Okay, so I'll be in touch with you guys then. But for now, I'm just going to get off the charts for a little bit and spend time with my daughter and whatnot. But